Hi guys. This is a bit of a rant. I've read that there's 10 practices of happiness, and number 1 is attitude. And right now I just don't feel like I have a good attitude about my current situation. Attitude is one of the few things that you actually have control over in your own life, and right now I don't know, my attitude isn't great. Our last vlog was literally me having 2018 goals and trying to get them and thinking of how amazing 2018 will be. But I have to mention about what's happened to us, because I'm still living in the past. I'm still living in what my life was like before we moved. I'm still thinking about my job at Apple, the friendships I had at Apple, the band I was in between the cities with my best friends, and going to the gym with my friends on a regular basis, playing music live on a regular basis. The reason why this is all kind of coming out now is the fact that a couple jobs that I was really thinking it was really possible to get and I was going to be happy and be able to support my family end up passing on me. And I've been rejected before from jobs, but these were definitely ones that I was really excited for and really hoping for, and I felt like a genuine connection and I felt good about. It's not happening, and I just feel at a loss. I hear a lot of great words of wisdom, and I hear a lot of things like, don't worry, something will good come out of this, and keep your head up and stay positive. But since we moved here, which was December last year, I've been unemployed for half of that time. The other half of the time was in jobs that I knew I wasn't right for. It's extremely heartbreaking to know that I can't support my family. I don't know. Samantha is trying really hard to be positive for me and trying to show her support and encouragement and being really sweet about it. She thinks I'm really talented, and I do have talents to bring, but it's just, it wears on you more and more when you keep getting declined and rejected and failing for what you're destined to do. It's embarrassing, to be honest. I feel embarrassed. From an outside perspective, there should be no reason why I should be embarrassed, but it's hard when you're in the mix of it yourself. Just not sure what to do next. Starting over again. Just sucks. I'm sorry this is a bit of a downer to start the day, but it's just something I've been thinking about for the last 2 days, and I feel like I can voice my opinion and concerns with you and get it off my chest, I guess. Let's hope something turns out of this, because I don't know how much more I can take of this bad news.
Hello everybody. I'm not really sure what to say, what our next step is, but Aaron's having a really hard time finding work, finding a job, and overall just living in this province. This move was a really hard move. When we moved, it was good. We moved in with my parents, lived there for a little while Aaron started his new job, and then that job ended, and was onto his other job, and that ended, and now we're stuck. I can see how hard it is on Aaron's part, not having work and having possible jobs, like so close to having a job, and really high hopes to just more rejection. And I'm not quite sure how he feels. I know how he feels, but it's hard for me to kind of be in his situation and go through rejection and go through job applications and interviews, and all leads to nothing. My thoughts on moving home was to have our children with family and with cousins and aunts and uncles and grandparents. And when we moved home, we didn't think that Aaron's mom would move to Ottawa. We thought she'd be here and be around with the kids. And I think if she was still here, it would be easier on Aaron, and having Anna and Shay around her would be a lot easier. But since she's away, Aaron feels like all his family. No one's here, really. No one out of his family's here except his aunts and his uncle. And that's hard. I have a big family, and we're all getting closer. And I feel like this move home made us a lot closer. Me closer with my parents and my sisters. And my sister's having another baby, and we want to have more kids, and having that support system of family is very important. And we recently joined the church, which has been the most amazing experience that we've gone through. And I've made so many new friends and have kind of found my belonging here. It's hard to talk about this, because I know in Aaron's heart, in his mind, he wants to move either to Ottawa or back to Halifax, strictly because of the job situation. He would have a job in Ottawa or Halifax, working with Apple again. I want to do what's best for our family and for Aaron, because I know he's really having a hard time. And when he is feeling the way he's feeling, it's hard on me, it's hard on the kids, and it's just a tense situation. If he could choose to relocate us, he would do it in a heartbeat. But what's keeping us from moving is me. And it's me not wanting to leave my family and not wanting to leave my new friends. And in Halifax, like from the outside, we were living a great life. We had a nice house we were living in. He had a great job. The city was beautiful. We've had a lot of things we could do in the city. But financially, it was so hard on us, to the point that we couldn't pay our last month's rent, and we needed help every single month just to keep our heat going. I feel like that's harder on us because we don't want to have to ask for help. We don't want to have to ask for money or ask for just help to support us when we're not living near anybody and we're living so far away. I was so homesick. I went through some really hard times, going through a couple miscarriages away from home and away from family and friends. Well, not really friends, because I never really had a whole lot of friends that I could turn to. It was mostly like family that I would talk to about the problems I was having or the challenges and the stressful times. And being able to talk to them over the phone versus in person is a lot different. I don't even know how to... Everyone can see it. Everyone can see that we're unhappy, that we're trying our hardest to stay positive, and we're trying really hard to, like, an optimistic mind. I'm supporting Aaron while he's not working. Like, I'm giving it the most support that I can give him. And I feel like it's not enough. It's not enough to keep him happy, and it's not enough to keep our family happy. And it's gonna come down to us having to move away from family, away from our new friends, away from our church. And I don't want that. I really don't want that. I feel like something positive will come out of all this. We've been through so much, and just so much negative experiences since we've moved home. Sometimes it's hard to see that something good will come from all this. We have to be thankful that we're healthy. We have a beautiful family. Right now we have a roof over our head, but that might not last long because Erin's mom wants to sell this house in order to help support her while she's living in Ottawa. And that would mean us having to find somewhere else to live. And right now, it's impossible to think of moving. It's impossible to think of putting down first and last month's rent on a house, which we wouldn't be able to afford. We'd have to go to an apartment building. So moving our family to an apartment building, but it comes down to Aaron and his happiness and his well-being. And if he's not happy, he's miserable here, it's gonna make us all miserable. But if it comes down to not having any income, not having a job, not having a happy spouse, or small fights that come out of every little conversation that we have, it's not healthy, it's not happy, and I don't want that for our future. So I told Aaron today, if he can get a job in Halifax, if he can get his job back at Apple, that's probably what's gonna have to happen, is we're gonna have to move back home, back to Halifax, away from home. Our vacations will be spent coming home to visit family with the kids. Aaron thinks that it's gonna be so easy to move back to another province and join a really good church and make a lot of new friends. And it's hard to see that. It's hard to see that I lived in Halifax for 5 years and I didn't really make a whole lot of friends. I met people at work, but I'm not working anymore, so that's one way I won't make new friends. It's gonna be a very, very, very hard decision if we do have to decide to move back. I don't know if I'm looking here for help and for suggestions and for some guidance, but maybe that's what we need. We need an outside perspective of what we should do. Should we stay here, struggling while Aaron's on EI? That's only gonna last for a couple more months. Once March hits, his EI is done, and honestly, it's so scary thinking we don't know what's gonna happen. Keep thinking of us, pray for us, like, just send us thoughts of what you think we should do. So it ultimately comes down to whether we stay here or we move. If we move, it's either to Halifax or to Ottawa. It's so hard for me because I have that big family and I have that big support system, and Aaron has nobody. He hasn't had a chance to make any friends, any connections with anyone. That's my opinion on it. I'm really sad about it. I'm a little upset. It's hard to talk about. I'm really emotional. I just want Aaron to be happy. I want us to be happy. And right now it's not happening. I don't like putting out these negative, sad vlogs, and I don't want people to feel bad for us because we have a lot of good that outweighs the bad, where it's really hard to see, but it's true. But right now the situation is that the bad's taking over the good. It's giving us a hard time to see past that. Just give us some hope for anything. But like I said, don't feel bad for us. We feel bad for ourselves. That's all that we need. We need encouragement, we need love and support, and that's just mostly all we need. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting us and following us along in our vlogs that we've been doing. I feel like the vlog is the one thing that's keeping him going through this hard time, because he enjoys vlogging and he enjoys editing. And we enjoy interacting with you guys in the comments and just sharing our lives. I know some people go through these hard things. Some people are probably going through the exact same thing as we're going through. Let's hope next vlog is a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more happy. We'll keep you updated with how everything turns out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next vlog.